If you've been pouring banana peel water onto your plants and still not seeing much change, you might be feeling a little confused right now. Many gardeners start with the same hope. They think a simple kitchen scrap like a banana peel will bring faster growth, greener leaves, and stronger stems. But after a few weeks, sometimes even months, the garden looks almost the same. No big improvement. No dramatic transformation. Just the same slow, steady growth as before. And in that moment, it's easy to wonder if something went wrong. Maybe the timing was off. Maybe the method was incorrect. Or maybe your plants just don't respond well to natural remedies. But the truth is much simpler and much more comforting. In most cases, nothing is wrong at all. You've just been given an idea that sounds powerful on the surface, but doesn't fully explain how soil and plants actually work together. If you spend a little time online searching banana peel fertilizer, you will quickly notice something interesting. There isn't just one method. There are many. Some people blend banana peels with water and pour it directly into the soil. Others bury whole peels under plants. Some dry them, crush them, and turn them into powder. Each method is presented with confidence. Each one has supporters who say it changed their garden completely. But then you look at the comments, and things become confusing again. One person says their tomatoes grew better than ever. Another says they tried it for months and saw no difference at all. It creates a kind of quiet contradiction. The same idea is producing completely different results in different gardens. So the natural question is, who should you believe? The surprising answer is that both sides are telling part of the truth. The difference is not whether banana peels work or don't work. The difference is understanding what they actually are, and what they are not. Banana peels do contain nutrients. One of the most talked about is potassium, which plants use for overall health, fruit development, and water regulation. But the important detail that often gets missed is the concentration. The nutrient levels are relatively low compared to proper fertilizers or soil amendments. This does not make banana peels useless, but it does mean they are not strong enough to create fast or dramatic changes on their own. This is where expectations and reality start to separate. When people hear natural fertilizer, they often imagine something that works like a quick boost. Something that wakes up the plant almost immediately. But banana peels don't behave that way. They break down slowly. They release nutrients gradually. And in many cases, the effect is so gentle that it becomes hard to notice in the short term. So when gardeners expect a fast visible result, they often feel disappointed. Not because the peels are harmful, but because the timing is misunderstood. But there is another layer happening below the soil that most people never see. When raw banana peels are placed directly into the ground or left on the soil surface, tiny organisms in the soil begin the process of breaking them down. These microorganisms are essential for healthy soil life. They are constantly working, recycling organic matter, and turning waste into usable nutrients. But decomposition requires energy. And during this process, those microbes often pull nitrogen from the surrounding soil to help break down the material. This temporary shift can reduce the amount of nitrogen available to nearby plants. For a short period, the plant may receive slightly less of what it needs for strong leafy growth. This is not damage in the permanent sense. It is more like a temporary imbalance in the soil environment while nature does its cleanup work. That is why some gardeners notice slower growth after using raw banana peels directly. The soil is not ruined. The system is simply adjusting. But from the plant's perspective, it can feel like a small pause in progress. Understanding this alone changes everything. Because suddenly, the problem is not the banana peel itself. The problem is the way it is being used. And this is actually good news. It means banana peels are not the enemy of your garden. They are simply a raw ingredient that needs the right conditions to become useful. Like many natural materials, they work best when they are allowed to fully break down before being asked to feed a plant. When you shift the approach from quick fertilizer to slow soil builder, everything becomes clearer. One of the most effective and gentle methods is trench composting. Instead of placing peels on the surface, you create a small hole in the soil, just a few inches deep. The banana peels are cut into smaller pieces and placed inside. Then they are covered with soil and left alone. In this environment, decomposition happens more quietly and more evenly. Moisture, soil contact, and microbial activity all work together in a controlled way. Over time, the peels break down and blend into the soil without causing sudden nutrient shifts at the surface. The process is slow, but steady, and it fits naturally into the rhythm of the garden. Another reliable method is composting. This is where banana peels are not used alone, but as part of a larger mixture of organic material. Dry leaves, paper, and other kitchen scraps are combined to create balance. In this setting, banana peels become one small part of a much bigger system. As the pile breaks down, heat builds up naturally inside the compost. This helps speed up decomposition and creates a rich, dark material that can later be added to garden soil. In this form, nutrients become more stable and easier for plants to use. It is one of the most balanced ways to recycle food waste into something beneficial for the garden. For those who don't have space for composting, there is also a simpler method. Drying banana peels and crushing them into a powder allows them to be stored and used in small amounts. When sprinkled lightly into the soil, they still contribute organic matter over time. It is not as powerful as full composting, but it is still a step closer to proper decomposition than using raw peels directly. Through all of these methods, one idea stays consistent. Banana peels are not a complete fertilizer. They are not designed to replace balanced plant nutrition. Instead, they play a supporting role in a much larger soil system. They contribute slowly, quietly, and only become effective when given time and the right environment. This is where many gardening misunderstandings begin to clear. It is not that banana peels are good or bad. It is that they are often used in a way that does not match how nature processes them. When you look at it from this perspective, gardening becomes less about finding shortcuts and more about working with natural cycles. Soil is alive. It changes slowly. It responds to time, not urgency. And once you accept that, expectations begin to shift in a healthier direction. Instead of looking for instant improvement, you start noticing gradual changes. Soil texture becomes softer over time. Moisture retention improves slowly. Organic matter builds up in quiet layers. These are not dramatic changes, but they are meaningful ones. At this point, banana peels stop being a miracle solution or a failed experiment. They become what they actually are. A small piece of a much larger ecosystem. And perhaps the most important lesson here is not about banana peels at all. It is about patience in the garden. About understanding that some of the most important work happens slowly, beneath the surface, where it cannot be seen right away. If you are comfortable sharing, I am curious how your own experience has been with kitchen scraps in your garden. Whether it is banana peels, coffee grounds, or something else entirely, every garden tends to tell its own story over time. In the end, the garden often improves not when we do more, but when we begin to understand what is already happening quietly beneath the soil.